Ever since Coach Prime joined Jackson State to be their head coach, he's been a forward thinker. He's not about moving back. He's not about being complacent and staying still. He's about doing things new every single time. And there are a lot of enemies. There are those who despise Coach Prime because he's a proud man that believes in his family, his team, HBCUs. And there are those who are within the community that despise him because, let's be honest, they don't want to move forward. They don't want to progress and build new things. Here are some clues that Coach Prime talked about moving forward in the next step, and then I'll chime in.
I am.
It's a funny thing about it. I wish to God that we could accomplish all the things that we've set out to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish we could expose the team and the students to the things that we're really trying to.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah. We pray. We pray. Opposition is opposition, and oftentimes the opposition is not outside, the doors. The opposition is inside the house.
Yes,
and we
sir.
just pray to God that, and I know God is going to have His way.
Yeah.
What's good, everyone? This is Raw Truth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Please like and share this video throughout all social media platforms. Coach Prime is not slowing down for nobody. His goals and dreams are at an all-time high right now. And he wants to make history. And he wants to do it with Jackson State. And believe it or not, he wants to stay with Jackson State, but in one condition. The other side who disagrees with Coach Prime, they got to get on with the program. Here's a brother who wants to do the impossible. But what's that saying? Scared money don't make no money, man. You got to have a forward-thinking mind, especially if you rock with Coach Prime. The people in Jackson want change. They want the best facilities. They want the playing field to be level. But that cannot be accomplished with scared minds. Here's Coach Reed of 24/7 Sports and what he had to say about Coach Prime wanting to stay in Jackson, but not only do that, but potentially have Jackson State in the FBS. Here's what he said.
That Jackson State can compete at the Division I level with Deion Sanders as the head coach. Do you mean to tell me that they couldn't go to the Sun Belt, that they couldn't go to Conference USA and have success? Deion Sanders has gotten interest from other schools. There were real meetings between him and TCU last hiring season. There is a real interest from some of the powers that be at Georgia Tech. Obviously, there's a Florida State connection. But I have it on firm authority by sources very close to the program. Deion Sanders does not want to leave Jackson State. He wants to stay at Jackson State and build it into something that's bigger than life. But that is going to cause for Jackson State to have to be willing to go Division I. You have Deion Sanders. You made an extremely bold hire in bringing him down to Jackson, Mississippi. You have to give him the latitude to use who he is and the resources he has to secure the funding to get Jackson State to the Division I level. You cannot just look at this if you're Jackson State like it's a picture. You have to look at it like it's a movie because it's going to keep going and it's not going to stay the same. You got to give Deion an opportunity here to take Jackson State to the next level of Division I football.
Yeah, I think, Carl, Deion can create an incredible legacy at Jackson State, something that I think he could do there more than anywhere else in the country. With the transfer portal and NIL the way it is, if Deion can get all of his ducks in a row and get a lot of support behind the program, and like you said, enter a little bigger conference where he's on TV more, they've got some notoriety, then I think he can build a monster at Jackson State. And
You heard it there first. Coach Prime is committed to JSU. He's committed to HBCUs. He wants to grow this thing into levels unforeseen. But there has to be buy-in. There can't be none of this, oh, he's just a coach, so he's not at this level. No. He's the coach that brought the spotlight to HBCUs. This is the difference. Do not limit the momentum because you're scared something may not go right. It's a horrible mentality to have. And you know what's really sad? Some of our own people and some people who are just now getting acclimated with HBCUs are making excuses why not to have Jackson State, Grambling, Tennessee State, FAMU, North Carolina A&T, South Carolina State, many more. Why they shouldn't go FBS. Talking about, oh, the fun is not there now. When you move up to FBS, it's all about future projections. I'm hearing people say, you got to have the facilities on point before you go. That didn't happen for UTSA when they started out. Matter of fact, I can remember, because I'm from Texas, I had a brother play Division I, and when he was on recruiting trips, UTSA didn't have the facilities they have now. During that time, it took them about 4 years, from 2010 when they first started out to I believe 2014. Matter of fact, in 2012, they were still building the facilities. They had to play a lot of games. They had to draw a lot of money. It happens. But it was worth it. And look at UTSA right now. And you know what? I have a list of all the FCS teams that joined FBS. Not just basketball only or a couple sports only, all of it. And I'm going to send it on the link in the description box. And you know what's interesting? Boise State, because I mentioned in the other video, somebody was saying that Boise State left in the 80s after they won in 1980. Matter of fact, Boise State applied in 93 when they only had 3 wins. The year after, in 94, they lost in the championship, the FCS championship, to Youngstown State. But I'm assuming, I don't know if this is for sure, but I'm assuming that, when you apply for the FBS, what you're going to do, you're going to have more recruits. You're going to have better recruits. That makes sense to why they only lost 8 games one year to only losing 2 games the next year. And then they went to the FBS in 1995. Again, I got this source, and I'll put the link in the description box. Fear the FCS. And then I dug up all the information, not all the teams, but a lot of teams from the time period, the year before they joined the FBS. Because as you know, before you go to the FBS, you got to have a 1-year grace period. It's not easy, but it is possible. Liberty has been in the FCS since 1998. They have never won big in the FCS. They went to the FBS in 2017. The list goes on. North Texas was in the FCS in 1983. In 1994, they were in the FBS. They weren't a big winner in the FCS. The list goes on. Some of them are winners. Some of them are not. Some of them are new teams. Every FCS team that moves to the FBS has their own journey. That's what I'm trying to tell you about. So when people compare a few teams and not telling you about the whole, like all the teams that were listed since the 80s, it's a lot of a difference. It's a difference. But I'll have the link in the description box in the comment section pinned so you can look at all the teams that jumped up. But don't stop a team's progression. Don't have that mentality where you can't do something because you're scared or you don't know if you have a good AD, if you have coaches with a vision, it's possible. So if I'm Jackson State, if I'm the administration, I'm making sure Coach Prime is happy. He's shown the ability to create funding out of nowhere, spotlight, everything, upgraded facilities. He's done his job. If I was in their positions, and for people that are listening, this is beyond Ashley Robinson. He's just the athletic director. I'm talking about the college president, etc. If they're all in one accord, watch how this thing blossoms. That's all I have to say. This is Raw Truth Media. You stay blessed out there. Have a great day, and I'm out.